podcast every Friday and Saturday 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A place where we discuss everything strange.
The opinions expressed within the content of this podcast solely that of our guests and do not reflect the views and beliefs of the Bigfoot and Paranormal Encounters podcast, its hosts or its affiliates.
Welcome to Bigfoot and Paranormal Encounters podcast. And now your host, Dave Weichert.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Bigfoot and Paranormal Encounters podcast, where we talk about everything strange. Speaking of strange, we got a great guest tonight, and I'm going to bring him in a moment. I just want to say that I got to stay still. I just want to say this. I'm going to get a clear message out there tonight. Randy had his Rockin' Randy, had his turn last night. Tonight's going to be my turn, because I'm a little bit sick and tired of paranormal bullshit. Yeah. I had two guests on a few weeks ago, okay? And one of them is my guest tonight. Well, a short time after that, I was attacked, with a text, and it was pretty damn nasty, but I calmed myself down and I just let it go. And but over a period of time, I don't try to say this word too much, but I'm being fucked with. So, it's here and it's there, and I've been dealing with it. But I'm going to talk to my good friend Rockin' Randy when we speak later tonight, and I have an idea. Let me just find my note here. Here we go. Okay. With Rockin' Randy, I think I'm going to start a podcast, and I think it's going to be called Bullshit Paranormal Ass Spankings. So, if they want to play, I'm going to play too. I'm a very nice person, but if I go back to my old ways, God help you. I've been in the paranormal for a long time, a very long time. I just turned 61. I started when I was about 20 years old. I've been up and down the East Coast, traveled a little bit of everywhere. And here and there, I've seen paranormal bullshit, but I dealt with it. Now, it's getting out of hand. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the people exaggerate about things they're seeing. there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. One of the things before I bring my guest in, my good friend Bill Rigby, and I hope he's doing well, mentioned about this particular. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. There's a young man, 15 years of age, and he's in the UK, and he's a Bigfoot researcher. He's autistic. And there's a woman over there that's starting a bunch of crap, picking on him, saying he's full of shit, he's lying, this and that. Well, that's going to come to an end real quick, because I'm gonna get with Bill Rigby and get some more information on that. So, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's bring in my guest, everyone. Let's welcome Brandon to the show.
What's up, Dave?
What happened to my sound's not working. Okay, I can hear you, Brandon.
I can hear you too if you can hear me. You good?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Hey, I'm sorry. Let me just
you're good, man.
Well, I tried to play something, but it didn't work. I'm gonna try one more time here. Nope. Wow.
Well, that did work. It's clapping if that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On your end?
Yeah, it worked the
No.
first time, but I didn't know if it worked for yours.
No, it's not working on my end. So
Well,
let's do a real quick. Let's do a roll call. Let's open the chat room and see who we got here. And let's see, Douglas Webb. How are you? All right, above and below paranormal. That's you, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Tracy Jones. Hi, Tracy. Let's see.
Doug is part of my team.
Doug. Hey, let me ask you something, and I want to pull this up real quick. Let me go to the. My God, I got my first question. I got to get this this question out there if I can find this photo. All right, where's my photos? Here we go, somewhere around here. Why are they not? Oh, come on, StreamYard. Not tonight. Not in the mood. Here we go. Okay, you ready for this, Brian?
All right, let's see what you got.
Oh my God, that big guy over there, is that Braun Strowman?
No, that's Sasquatch. I found him. You don't have to look any further. We found him.
Man, that's a bodyguard and a half, ain't it?
Yeah. Doug's awesome. So if anybody doesn't know, I grew up with Doug's stepson. Me and him have been friends since like 5th going into 6th grade. So however long that is, all the way till now. So I've known Doug a long time, 20 plus years.
Wow. Okay, let me just back out of there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so before I go into any more photos, let me pull the chat room back up and Doug Webb said, is that Doug?
Yeah. He doesn't like being called Bigfoot or Sasquatch, so.
Oh, okay. There you go. He told you straight up, man.
It happens all the time.
Okay, so Brandon, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Just been busy with coaching and analysis, and feel like my whole life revolves around the kids and ghost hunting.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I just want to let the listeners know out there, I don't have paranormal friends. I have paranormal family. That's what I have. And when you have paranormal family, they have each other's back. So be careful. So yeah, Brandon knows what I mean. You know, I try to be nice, you know.
Well, Doug's comment fits it well. That I have no filter, which is, I feel like that's all of us pretty well said. You know, once we hit that threshold, we've had enough shit. There's no more filter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's no room for it. Like I said earlier, I've been in the paranormal since I was 20 years old. I'm 61 now. There's still a bunch of crap going on, but back when I started, there wasn't too much. It was just every now and then. But the stuff that you, myself, and John Curley discussed a few weeks ago, about do them background checks.
Yep.
That's a must. That's a must
Got to
today.
now. Got to.
Yeah. It's terrible. But I got that text that I told you about, that one threat, and am I scared? No.
I mean,
Not at all. Not at all. But if he wants to play, I can go back to my old days, and I can pull a few programs out, and I can play too. The only thing is, if I play, checkmate. You're done. It doesn't continue after that. So I got to watch what I say. I don't want to get myself in trouble on StreamYard or YouTube.
Yep.
But anyway, Brandon.
There's enough going on there. I mean, there's even celebrities coming out, calling out the bullshit, and I don't think it's ever going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah. How could someone attack a 15-year-old boy that's autistic?
I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. It's ridiculous.
He's very smart. He's very intelligent, and he has a lot of support. He travels, and he's being called everything from a phony to a fake. He's lying. 15 years old, and you gotta put up with that kind of crap.
I mean,
let me just.
I think for me, I was lucky, Dave. Like I said with Doug, when I was 16, Doug took me on an investigation, and I was already interested, and I kind of fell in love with it. And then I graduated high school, so I was 18, and I get a call from Doug, and he's like, "Hey, I just joined a paranormal team. I think you should go and join too." And yeah, man, all these years later, I'm still into the paranormal, still investigating, still helping families, finding out the reasons why. But I think I had a good role model, and it sucks that this 15-year-old kid isn't getting that role model, that says, "Hey, I'm not going to pick on you. Why don't you come with me and we'll do this together?" I think I was a little blessed and, like I said, lucky to have the people I did in my life that supported it.
Well, he has a lot of the top celebrities, backing him.
That's good.
Keeping an eye on him and helping him out.
They should bring him out and take him with them.
I mean, how many 15-year-old kids want to actually go to a conference and be a speaker? And he does well.
Yeah, that's good.
So, well, my first question was going to be, what inspired you to get involved in the paranormal? Sounds like
it's a couple parts. First part, I kind of always been interested in it. Just always felt like I've had some stuff, like just in my life, paranormal experiences. And then obviously the Doug thing happened, but I remember like I was the kid to I was the kid that would be like not trick or treating or not going out on Halloween. I go up to Doug's and I would watch the Ghost Hunters, Halloween live special, stuff like that. I've always loved it. It's always been a passion. It's always been something, I never thought I would do, because you see it on TV. You're like, are you ever going to do it? And then, yeah, it just kind of happened. So it's kind of where it all started and what I like to do. And like I said, I still help people to this day.
Right. Okay. So what's going on now? Any upcoming events or are you any?
Yeah. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I feel like I'm never going to catch up. Well, we just did the other investigation for the government 2 Saturdays ago. Yeah, 2 Saturdays ago. I have my phone over here. I was looking at the date. But yeah, 2 Saturdays ago we finished that up, and that was I know I can't like play the EVP, but I sent it to you, Dave, so you got to hear it.
Yeah, I was listening to it again today. I wanted to play it tonight until you told me, wasn't okay.
Well,
But
well, if you want to play it, I'm more than happy to let you play. Let's wait a little bit, but you can definitely play it
okay,
because
that's fine.
they already heard it and they said it's okay. I just can't tell them which location. So,
Right, right.
so we're gonna do
Okay.
that. But finishing that up, so that's analysis, and we ran. Yeah, I still got all the equipment out over here. Uh, probably 8 to 10 voice recorders, and they ran for each probably anywhere from 6 to 8 hours.
Hmm.
So, DVR, we already finished that because I run a DVR. Working on the camcorders, so I mean, you know how it is, Dave. You have X amount of camcorders, X amount of voice recorders. It's just hours and hours, and it takes time. So
Right.
finishing that up, the first place we investigated for the government, they are actually hosting a public reveal well, it's more private reveal with the board members, the members of the government that works there, and then any volunteers. So that's coming up in 2 Fridays from now. Yeah, 2 Fridays from now. So we'll be
Okay.
doing that, and then we'll set another reveal. They both locations want us to try to potentially host a public ghost hunt. We have to
Hmm.
see, working out the details. Uh,
Right.
September 1st, we are going to someplace. I'm scared to say the name because I don't want anybody to call and say, but
Hmm.
I'll just say it's a big place on the East Coast. It's one of the biggest paranormal hotspots. And then in November, we're going to Fort Mifflin with John. So got a lot going on for now.
Cool. So, was it a good investigation? Was there, I mean, like, was there a lot of evidence caught, or?
Going through it, it's a fair amount.
Mhm.
I always get a second opinion before I say something truly paranormal or I
Right.
rule it out or hey, this really is. While there, we definitely heard voices, disembodied voices.
Mm.
Um, the only thing is where the location was, uh, it's not far from a bar, so sometimes through the night it got a little loud, so we threw that out because my rule is think it's something else, throw it out. So
There you go.
could have been the bar. But yeah, I mean, overall, we had some cool experiences. The first time we were at this location, they have an old school piano, and the strings aren't even connected, and people heard it playing.
Mm.
So now we did open it up at the investigation, and there was some mice dropping in there, but I didn't even see the strings, so I don't know how it would have played. So to each their own. Maybe they hit something internally, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Hillview Manor?
Yep,
Okay. I
never
uh,
been.
I remember the investigation I did there. Um, was actually there for 2 days. I think it was the recreation room where they had a piano. I sat down at the piano. It wasn't in tuned. I just started playing, and I remember my teammates saying, "All right, Dave, come on, we got things to do." So I got up and I shut the lid and started walking down the hallway, and all of a sudden the piano started playing.
That's
And I
cool.
was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
So we turned around, went back up, sat down, on the hardwood floor, and started doing some EVPs, and we didn't get anything. But yeah, that's just like Fort Howard. I did an investigation there, and
Okay.
on the third floor of the hospital, we were clear down the other end, and we were doing some EVP work, and all of a sudden we heard a telephone ring, not a cell phone, but a telephone, the old style.
Yeah.
And I looked at my team members and they were like, that's up the hall a little bit. So we started walking up, and as we got closer, there was a telephone, old telephone, sitting up on the counter at the nurse's station,
Yeah.
and it was still ringing, and it like when the last ring like died out, it was weird how it sounded, and I picked the phone up, and when I picked the phone up, the cord was just dangling. It wasn't even connected.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And there's no power in there, and Yeah, that
Yeah.
was one of the interesting things. So, one of the questions I wanted to ask you: did anything become of the threat about Ramblewood?
No.
Good.
Not that I've heard of. I mean, we're still on. We just gotta still pick out the date.
Mhm.
I think we may go twice from what I was talking to the team about. Because I have a couple new members, so that's a great place to train them. Obviously, I mean you've done years there, so you understand. Nothing
Right.
bad, nothing to worry about, nothing really there harmful or even
Yeah.
seems to be harmful. Minus maybe a bear, right? Um, but
even, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Even if they would have made the call and complained, all I would have had to do was talk to the owner, and it would have been done. It would have been over
Yeah.
with. You
I
know.
mean, like I said, I haven't heard anything from it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, we're gonna
So.
do that. So us, and then me, you, John, potentially still working on that path going back at some point.
Mhm.
Just a matter of finding time.
So for having these two guys on, I got spanked. The when that text came through, it was like, what was one of the things he said? And you make God first. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God, I don't believe he's going there.
yeah.
It's like, and then you're going to criticize my female friend, and you guys were talking bad about her, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow,
we didn't say shit like that.
yeah.
And it's funny
So
because one of the comments in the chat, which was "There's no need for personal attacks," she even commented back and replied to him and said, "I agree." So I guess we really attacked her when she agrees with us. So it's very, very threatening. So stupid. Dude, so stupid, man. I mean, I feel bad you got dragged into it.
that's hey, it's no big deal, man. You know, I told my wife today I don't even recognize this world anymore, but the world keeps turning.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, God, every day now it's like crazy, crazy. With this Olympic boxing, with this guy fighting a woman, and Trump getting shot, and it's just
Dude, did you hear about the beach volleyball player that in the Olympics?
no.
Yeah, I got it in my phone. Hold on, I'll tell you what the name was. Uh, so this Dutch child rapist, Steven van de Velde, every time he serves the ball in the Olympic volleyball, everybody keeps booing him because he was charged of rape on a 12-year-old.
I did see that. Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
now that you meant, yeah.
and then how is he competing in the Olympics? Like, do they not do background checks? Like, do they not do anything? Because it seems ridiculous at this point
Really.
in time. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous.
And when I put that photo up of the Last Supper being mocked, oh my God, did I get attacked? Really, really bad. This one, that one, this one, that one. I'm like, go to freaking hell. You know
Yeah, I didn't watch the opening
what
ceremony.
is not clear? What are you not seeing? A Last Supper with transgenders in it?
They were somebody was saying it was a tribute to Greece and like the gods back from Greece. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I've never seen it, so I can't say anything about it.
It's crazy. Let's see. Let me just type this in.
We got to go back to a piano story though, because I got to mention something that happened to myself and Doug a year ago when we were investigating out in Ohio.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. I just want to. All right, let me just throw that up there. All right, come on. Why are you not working? Okay, there it is. Okay, let's go back to the piano. Go for it.
So we're out at Beale Manor, which Doug put there, but it's actually Bihl. Doug, if you remember the town, put it in the chat because I don't remember the town. I think it's Fremont, but that could be wrong. But anyway, so we're setting up, and they say they hear a piano. Now there is an old piano from the original owner. It's kept in the garage. Nobody's ever moved it. So I didn't hear it the first time. So we go through the investigation that night, and we had some activity, stuff like that. But myself and Doug are the only two left because our friends from Arizona left, and they were going to Indiana State Sanatorium. So they left from there and literally left the house. It was just myself and Doug in this mansion by ourselves. And out of nowhere, we hear ding, and we just like hear a piano note, and I'm like, "Did you hear that, Doug?" I'm like, I think that was a piano." And if I'm not mistaken, I think it goes off one more time, and we finally realize, like, okay, it is a piano. So we go out to the garage, and we're hitting it, and you can push the buttons, and the piano actually does play. Now, again, very off tune, very bad. So, being an investigator like we are, I'm like, Doug, why don't you go back to where we were? I'll stay in here in the garage, and I'll just go from one side of the piano all the way to the other, and you tell me what note or notes sound pretty close because we knew about what it sounded like. We knew it was a higher pitch. So we're like, okay. So I'm just going through and I'm literally hitting one by one. And all of a sudden I get to the one and Doug's like, that's it. And I was like, okay. So I said, all right, well, let me hit, a piano note on each side and go from there. So we got pretty much, and it was pretty much all the way to the right of the piano. I think it was like the third note in. So again, I don't play piano. I don't know what note it is. I just know it was that. So we pretty much narrowed it down. Yeah, Tracy Jones. It is in Ohio. If you look it up, Beal Manor, Bihl. The owner is great. I can't say enough about him. He was so awesome. He let us go in early. He let us stay late, knowing that I had to drive back to Maryland. So he definitely is pretty good at letting you do a lot. Man, yeah, I can't even. Like I said, he was cool. He took us around, gave us a tour. Um, he showed us pictures of like Nick Groff was there, so we got to see that. So that was kind of cool. He took the money because he's actually been renovating it. He replaced all the windows in the house. He put AC in it. So when me and Doug were there last year, there was no AC. It was hot as hell in July. So yeah, definitely a great place. If you ever get a chance to go, 100% go. And then yes, we went up to Lake Erie afterward, hung out.
Lake Erie. Okay.
We did. Yeah, we went and got lunch at like such a small place, but it was so good. It was right on the water too.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Brandon, what would you say so far has been your most interesting place you've been to that you visited?
Interesting.
I know it could be a lot because mine was a lot, but your most
I mean, I've done over 100 investigations, so trying to narrow it down.
Yeah.
I mean, just on my team alone in 2 years, we've probably done like 40 places. So
Right.
trying to narrow it down. I would say for my team personally, I would say Fort Mifflin. Just because we had so much activity and it was just like super active the whole night. Which, as you know, Dave, and anyone who really investigates, that's rare. I mean, you may get a little something here, a little something there. We were going back to the meeting room and met up with John, and we're like, "Hey, check this out!" And he's playing an EVP from another side of the fort, and we're playing an EVP from the other side of the fort. So it was really active. But we went like right around Siege Week, and maybe that played something into it. I'm not sure. But that was one. Indiana was cool. We stayed at the Bell Mansion for 2 days. That was cool just because the history and just obviously going from Maryland to Indiana was fun. I'm trying to think, and I love Beal Manor. I really did. I just that was our third day in a row of investigating. We did 2 nights at Bell Mansion, and then we did one at Beal. So I think like 2 a.m. rolled around, and we were all done. Like we went to bed. We didn't even stay up and keep investigating. We literally just crashed. So, and that one was crazy because in Beale Manor, I was laying in the bed and I'm pretty cool with everything, staying the night at haunted places, but I don't like being touched while I'm sleeping, and I didn't know that until I stayed at Beale Manor. So
Yeah.
I'm laying in bed, and I felt 3 fingers. And apparently this is where, like, the lady of, like, the house when it was an orphanage stayed. I just felt 3 fingers just go across my neck like this. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Nope." I grabbed the blanket and I rolled over. I was like, "Absolutely, positively not." It's different.
Right.
It's different when you're trying to sleep, you know? It's like when you're there, you're looking for that. You wanna be touched. But when I lay it down after, again, I'm going on 72 hours of investigating, I'm done. I'm tapped out. I just wanna sleep. So, yeah, that one was interesting.
I've been to Fort Mifflin like 3 times, and I'll tell you what, I had an awesome time every time I went there. The airplanes, of course, they're in and out all,
Yeah,
around the clock. But
12 or 1, and then it dies down.
yeah, and let's see, I had an encounter in one of the casemates where we saw a ball of light circling, and then we watched it go through a wall and go to the outside. Uh, let's see where else. The meeting room. We were
Okay.
sitting there and we were taking a break, and we had our equipment sitting on the table, and all of a sudden, the EMF meters just started going crazy, the K2s and all that stuff. And then one of my members actually heard someone say something right beside their ear,
Oh.
but she couldn't make out what they had said. And yeah, one of the mistakes that we made was to now, if I do an investigation, I have a recorder. Even if I'm taking a break, I have a recorder recording. Because if you, it's like we went into a resident one time, and my tech told me, he said, Dave, when we start coming into residence and we're setting up equipment, the first thing we should do is run audio and record. And I'm like, why? He's like, because we could be missing something.
Mm-hmm.
So, he had a recorder going while he was telling me this in the kitchen. So after we left there, the couple days later, when we went back to our paranormal office that we had in Dundalk, we were sitting there and we were going over, some of the stuff, some of the audio. And in that kitchen, while he was standing there telling me about, we should start setting up more recorders to capture audio while we're setting up, this voice, very nasty, a male, tells us, "Get out." I'm like, whoa. So yeah, when I'm doing investigations, whether I'm investigating or just sitting around, I'll let a recorder run. I'll either keep it up in my chair pocket or clip it on or whatever. So um let me ask you this.
Yeah, what you got?
What is the main piece of advice you would give a new researcher that wants to do what you're doing?
My advice would be find a team. You
Mm-hmm.
ask for their background checks on every member, um, and see if the team fits for you. Dave used to run a team. Maybe Dave's team, not that it was bad, but maybe his style didn't fit well with you, or you didn't mesh with the members. So maybe my team's more fitting. So find the team that's best for you. Um, as someone that runs a team and has been part of a team that's not mine, um, I just want to see the people that need help get the help they need. So if they call Dave instead of me, I'm not mad because I know Dave's going to do the job and get it done right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So definitely look for the team that wants to help people and do stuff for free. Don't look for the team that is like, hey, it's $150 to come out. Because I ran into a couple of them before in the past, and I ran into a couple at Penhurst. And not to be mean, but if you're charging, I think you're full of shit. So
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's my opinion.
I used to take my team to places where we had to pay. The reason I would do that was to, get experience because
Yeah, absolutely.
some of them, were new. We didn't mind paying, you know, uh, a few bucks here and there, but yeah,
Now it's an arm, and
I,
now it's an arm and a leg,
yeah, it is, it is. But
dude. Did you hear Juliet Prison? How much they're charging?
no,
If you want to go on a Friday or Saturday for 4 hours, 10K.
whoa,
If you want to go any other day, Sunday through Thursday for 4 hours, 5K.
oh my god,
Who the hell can afford that? Like average working class people, me, you, Doug, even John. Who the hell can afford that?
yeah, really, and years back when I had access to Eastern State Penitentiary, I used to do bus trips there. I used to, during the daytime. I used to do them at night and do overnight investigation. We only paid $40.
Dude, I wish. They've shut down all paranormal things at Eastern State.
Dude, let me tell you.
I'd love to go there. It was on my list, but they took it off. They're not allowing paranormal investigations anymore.
I knew somebody there, and I had the pleasure of sitting in Al Capone's cell and doing EVP work.
Dude, it's the place. It's just the place itself.
Yeah,
I just want. It's like still on my list of places. Like if they called me and said, "Hey, tomorrow, I know it's last minute. Can you investigate?" I would drop what I was doing and I go. It's just one of them places.
Yeah, I was just looking at the chat room.
I know Doug had good advice too for what would you recommend for new people. Being open-minded and positive attitude is first and foremost. And to elaborate on that, I think you also want to show passion. Show that you're excited to do these things. So many
Right.
people think it's, you go and you see what's on TV, but there's a lot of shit behind the scenes you don't see. You don't see them going to the library or the historical society or, meeting with the police about a murder. You don't see that type of stuff where they're doing it to find out all the details. And that's what the cool part to me of the investigation is going and finding out, okay, this house, or let's just say this business is this, but back in the day, it was actually a mansion and the owner was stabbed. And then you catch an EVP and it says, I am wounded. And you're like, oh shit, like this is awesome, So
Yeah.
that's the fun part, but other people hate it. Same with analysis. It's very boring to look at your computer or the screen for 8 hours and watch a camcorder. But you do it if you love it.
Right. Okay, earlier I asked you what was one of the most, I believe I did, one of the most awesome places you've been to. What is one of the most awesome places on your bucket list that you want to accomplish, you want to visit?
Well, there's a couple. So, really, I know the Battleship North Carolina. I've talked to them about going down. But really, any battleship, just because I've never investigated one. So I think it would be one, it would be fun. Two, I would probably be able to connect with some veterans. And then three, it's a new challenge, having the water hit the side and trying to figure out, is that an EVP? Is it actually somebody? Is it just the water? Is the sound of the water hitting the boat creating an EVP, like kind of like white noise where a spirit's going to try to talk through it? I mean, very cool. So that's one. West Virginia State Penitentiary is on the list. I don't know why.
Is that Moundsville?
I don't know if that's what it was.
West Virginia State Penitentiary, Moundsville.
Yeah,
I've been
baby.
there.
Love to go there. I just always have. And then Waverly. I really want to go to Waverly.
I can't believe I've never been there. All the places and all the years I've traveled, right? And I must have wrote it down 1,000 times. Go to Waverly, and never did.
We've talked about it, but it's expensive, so you got to get a big group to go, so it's more affordable per person.
Right.
Because if not, it's so. Angel is a part of my team. She's dying to go to the Sally House. That's one.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one. And then I I don't know why. One place on my list, yes, Myrtle's Plantation is another. Same with the lighthouse, St. Augustine Lighthouse. But one place that I don't know why I want to go is the Winchester Mystery House. I know not a lot of people have had
There you go.
activity, but I think it's just the mystery of that said house that like makes me want to know.
All right, here's mine. For a lot of years, I studied about this place that I want to go to, and I put a tremendous amount of time into researching this place. And if I go there, I don't want to just go overnight. I want to be there for 2 or 3 days. The Queen Mary.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The little girl in the bottom of the ship down by the pool. That's what I want to investigate if I go there. Yeah.
I think it's just they don't ever like shut it off. So even when you investigate, people can still be on board.
Right.
And I just feel like that kind of counterproductive.
I know they had shut down for a period of time, and I haven't, gotten an update to see if what's going on now. But I know they were doing a lot of repairs and
Yeah.
stuff. I had a chance to go to Myrtle's one year, but turned it down and didn't go. And my God, man, I went to New Orleans, and I was all over New Orleans. I went and visited Marie Laveau,
Okay.
in that area, and a lot of places in New Orleans. Let me see what I got for you here. Man, I'm brain farting here.
All right. Plenty of stories, plenty of everything. So
What's that?
I said there's plenty of stories, plenty of everything we can talk about. That
Yeah.
was Zach blowing on the ball.
That was Zach blowing on the ball. Okay. Let's see. All due to safety reasons as well. Okay. So Angel was referring to
Queen Mary.
Queen Mary, yeah.
Dude, it is raining its ass off. I can hear it through my head, like over my headphones.
Well, it must have
Woo.
just reached you because it was here earlier.
I don't know.
I had my living room door open and I had to shut it because the wind was so strong it was blowing the water in through the screen. So
Yeah.
all right, let's talk about one of the funniest moments you've had so far in the paranormal. I'm sure there's been more than one. So
yeah. There's been a couple. One, we got to go back to Indiana last year, because mind you, we stayed the night at Bell Mansion, and Doug referred to it earlier, so it's cool I bring it up. But for some reason, no, Angel, I won't bring up Essex. Yes, I will. We were staying the night at Bell Mansion, and everybody else is pretty much asleep. It's just myself and Doug up, and I'm brushing my teeth. Doug's like, I'm gonna stay in this room because Doug gets really hot, so it's the coldest room in the place. And we were in the room next to him, and it was like a big, I don't know what you want to even call it, but it was basically like a big living room. But it had no furniture in the basement, and that's where we all slept. And we brought air mattresses and spread out. Doug went into the other room. Good luck with the hurricane. Yeah, thanks. Doug's laying down, and the basement door that leads to the morgue literally opens and then closes. So Doug, we're all now, mind you, everybody else on the team is laying in this other bedroom. So I'm laying there, everything else. All of a sudden, I hear Doug come in the room, and he's got his air mattress. Now, mind you, Doug is like 6'4". He's freaking tall as shit.
yeah.
Got the air mattress under one arm and his pillow and blanket in the other. And he's like, "Hey, do you guys have room for me? I don't want to sleep in there." So that one was good. That one was really good, and it was funny. And to make it even creepier, in Bell Mansion, when you go and visit, they have you sign a toe tag that they hang from the ceiling. The Doug turns out the lights, and he has his fan blowing. So as the door's opening, all you hear is a and like you hear it smacking the toe tags all around the room. So yeah, Doug's like, nope, can I sleep in there? So that was a funny one. Again, when you're trying to sleep, it's different than when you're investigating. Still funny though. And then Angel, hopefully she doesn't freaking hurt me, because she's upstairs actually. Because we were doing ghost hunting stuff before the podcast.
Before you tell me, was it this?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're there, and Angel has a really bad jump reflex. So like pretty much anywhere, you can literally, like, my kids will hide and scare the shit out of Angel. Like my daughter will hide in like a closet, Angel will open up, and like scare her, and she loses her shit. So Doug is a prankster, and and he's funny as shit, mind you. And we all get along. So Doug is at base station. We have one group investigating the jail, and Angel and some others are upstairs. Angel, Debbie, and a member who's not on the team anymore. They're upstairs, and upstairs they have like sports memorabilia, stuff like that. And for anybody that doesn't know, it used to be a police station and a fire hall or firehouse. So they were upstairs where the fire pole was, where they would drop down. So Doug tiptoes, and we have a music box, and the music box is going off. The music box is going off. So Doug's like, oh shit, I was caught. Turns around, and he's like, never mind, I committed. So he goes back. And at the top where Angel was, there's a staircase that goes down. So Doug is standing. He's standing at the bottom of the steps, and she's walking over like, hey, Doug. And then all of a sudden, Doug jumps out and goes, ah! Or no, he says, what did you say? Here's Johnny, I think he said. Something along them lines, but he jumps out, and we caught it on the DVR, and Angel, I kid you not, ends like 8 feet off the ground. Like, she jumped so high and screamed. And Dave, the voice recorders are really good at picking up a lot of stuff. Angel yelled so loud, it literally broke the threshold on the voice recorder and cut off the threshold. Stop screaming. So as serious as we try to be investigating, we have fun too. That was one of the better ones. And then we get down, and the people that run the jail go, hey, so what was that? And on the recorder you catch Angel saying, well, I think I pissed myself. yes, and every video is on our YouTube. Is it? I don't even know if it is. If it isn't, it's gonna be. But yeah, every recorder in the building literally caught her scream, which made it so much better. Oh,
I wish I would have known you when I had full access to Fort Howard State Hospital, the grounds, the nursing home, the old homes that some of the presidents lived in. Oh man, you'd have had a great time, because there was only the guy that was running the place. He actually almost lived there. Had a room where he lived in to keep out people that were trespassing and graffiti and all that stuff. But all he was charging was $10 a person.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
And I would have it from 8-9 o'clock at night till 7 a.m. the next morning.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Had a room with electric in it. The guy even had snacks and Gatorade and all that stuff for the people that would come in. And man, let me tell you, awesome. I'm in touch with a guy now that's currently investigating the place, and he puts up some videos on YouTube, but he hasn't given me an answer if he's going to come on the podcast. I wish he would, so I can dig out some of my old evidence and play that as well.
That'd be awesome.
Tracy's in here. She'll tell you it was an awesome place. Lots and lots of evidence. I mean, it's like any other place. It's not every time you go, but it was a decent place. My wife and I and my team were in the recreation room, and we were sitting there, and I'm like taking my hand and wiping my forehead. I'm sweating. All of a sudden, the temperature dropped. It got so cold in there you could see your breath. And the K2s and the EMFs were going crazy, and two of my members were coming down the steps. There's actually a YouTube video where they're coming down the steps, and Barry's walking behind Tim, and Tim says, "Did you hear that?" You hear a guy saying, "Rusty."
Oh.
Asking for somebody named Rusty. And yeah, that place was awesome. I missed that place. So, have you ever considered going on the? I know it's not a good area, but I've done the USS Constellation a couple times and got some excellent results off of there.
Down in Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
We reached out to someone, but they didn't say we could come. They
Really?
never said. Yeah, I think they're trying to stop that, from what I understand. Would I do it? Yes. If we had a place to park close, because equipment cases are heavy, and I don't want to carry it across the town. But if we were able to park really close, and I know security's nearby, then I would.
Right.
Yeah, I would 100% do it. Anything pretty much in the Baltimore area, or even in Maryland, I would love to do. Being a Maryland kid, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. My wife just handed me a piece of paper here. It says, Doug said he'd like to investigate with the boy. Could you get them in touch? He's in the UK. That's where he's at. That's what I was talking about earlier. The 15-year-old autistic boy that is a Bigfoot researcher that's tremendously being picked on. But yeah, that's going to come to an end real quick. Let's see. I had some stuff here. Let's see.
Sorry, if you see me looking, I'm getting messages about soccer, so I'm multitasking.
Hey, speaking of soccer, I was unable to watch the Orioles game. Do you know what the score is?
Of the Orioles game or of soccer, like United States?
The Orioles and Cleveland, yeah.
I don't know. Doug, do you have it on? It looks like 2-1. Guardians are winning.
Guardians are winning 2-1.
Yeah, it's only the top of the third though, so still pretty early.
Now,
Fort McHenry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Doug said Fort McHenry.
Fort McHenry. I've been there. I've done that.
That'd be cool.
I'm trying to. Here, I got. Let's see. Hillview Manor. That was a good place. I got a lot of.
I've never been. I definitely would go there though. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what I got here back.
The problem is places are so expensive now. I mean, you got to pay $100+ per person.
Right.
So.
Penhurst. Have you been there?
I've done some public ghost hunts there, but I'm doing a private ghost hunt in the next year there with some people. So I'm excited for that one.
Here's something interesting. My soon-to-be daughter-in-law and my son went there. I believe it was last year around Halloween time.
Yeah.
And they were standing in line outside, and when they got up to the door to get in, they were told that they had to turn their phones off. What kind of?
Is it for the haunted house or for the paranormal stuff?
It was for the haunted house. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've never done it. I don't know the rules. I know nothing.
That's crazy. I mean, if you're going to go in Penhurst for a haunted tour, my God, you're going to want to take video, photos, and stuff like that. I can't imagine, what they would be so scared about.
I mean, if it's a haunted house, I can understand. You don't want someone to post it online and then ruin it for everybody else. But if they're there for like a historical tour or anything like that, then yeah, they should be able to. But I don't know.
Well, that's one of the places I have on my bucket list. I should have been there, like I said, in Waverly. Should have been there, but
Waverly's on the list, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I don't know when, but I love to get a group together and go. 100%.
I was on the road for a week, just traveling from one location to the next before we turned around and came back home. And I tell you, man, it was let's see, what was it? It was Broughton Elementary. It was a school that sat on a piece of property that was some kind of massacre happened on the property. That's why the school was haunted.
Oh.
The haunted amusement park in West Virginia. We went there. We went there.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. There was a few places we hit in Pennsylvania on the way back to Baltimore. So let me see here. Okay. I got to get in 2025. I have plans. If you look underneath of my name, it says film producer. Yes, that's my next. That's my next journey in 2025. I'm going to film my first Bigfoot movie, but I'm mostly going to do more documentaries than anything. And one of the documentaries that I want to cover is the Pine Barrens in New Jersey for the New Jersey Devil.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna
fun.
do that, and and then I'm gonna shoot some stuff. I'm gonna see if I. Your team. I'd like to, do a story on your team and
be awesome. And Ramblewood, Ramblewood, we got to do one.
Definitely. Ramblewood, 2007 to 2016 is how long I was there, and this was like, if not every weekend, close to it. Lot of experiences there. That was a full body apparition at Ramblewood.
Yep.
And it wasn't during an investigation. It was at the end of one.
Yeah.
The team turned in, and I said, "Okay, I'm just going to go in the living room. I'm just going to kick back on the couch, get about 2 hours, 3 hours sleep." And that's when I had my full body apparition right there, looking from the living room out into the hallway before you go up the steps. And the weird thing about that apparition was this woman did not look like she was walking. She looked like she was gliding, just like,
yeah,
and I'm like, closed my eyes, opened them back up, back open a couple of times, and I jumped right up. And by the time I got to the staircase at the very bottom, I'm thinking, did she go down the hall or did she go up the steps? Well, I went up the steps, and then I got to, the founder up, of the group that was there, and of course everybody got back up and started investigating, and that lasted until about 6 a.m. They were there for 2 days, so.
Yeah, like I said, that place was cool. I know a couple people saw things. Like I said, the last time we did our podcast, I saw that black shadow literally run from one side towards where the Underground Railroad is, the basement. So, full blown, watched it run.
Here's an interesting thing. I was in the living room and I got a phone call, and I answered it and I said, "Hello." And the woman says, "Hi." She says, "Can I speak to the person that's in charge of paranormal investigations at Ramblewood?" She said, "I saw something on the internet, and me and my husband's interested in coming there." And what I had going on was lasting until the following morning.
Right.
So I started getting some information from her, and I learned that not her or him was a paranormal investigator. They just seen it on TV and they wanted to come there and, experience something. I'm like, okay, well, sure, come on out. So they came out. I took her and I took him and two of my members down in the basement. And we were standing there and we were doing an EVP session. Now there's tables down there up against the wall near the breaker box with another table flipped upside down on top of it. And while we were doing an EVP session, one of my members said, "Can you make a noise for us?" And all of a sudden you hear blink, blink, blink. Well, I never seen somebody run so fast in the dark. This woman with her husband right behind her ran up the steps without hurting herself. Okay, because we were in the dark and
oh, it's dark down there.
Yeah, when I wear a headlamp, I try to keep it dim as much as possible. What I would do is I would save batteries and I would put almost dead batteries in it so
Right.
that it wouldn't be so bright and blind someone
Yeah.
while doing EVPs. But she made it all the way out and around to the front steps of the house.
Yeah.
We ended the EVP session. We went around, and what it was to me it sounded like a rock come flying across the room and hit one leg pole, hit another, and then another, and then you could hear it hit the floor.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
We
So
yeah, we definitely I don't want to say push the limits, but I think sometimes being an investigator, you have to ask some harder questions. So we definitely brought up of slavery, the Underground Railroad, stuff like that,
right.
and you could definitely feel. I don't want to say like again medium anything like that, but you could definitely like feel the shift of like the energy of like maybe we shouldn't have asked that last one.
Angel says, I said all night I didn't want to see anything, got in my car to pull away, and a shadow ran right in front of me. Where
Yeah.
was
So,
that
at Ramblewood.
Ramblewood? Okay.
Yeah, so where you park the cars and then they make you walk across the road to the house.
Oh my God, Brandon, many a times I've had people tell me that they went out onto the porch, to take a break and get some fresh air. And they would come back in and they would say, "Have you ever seen shadows out there in the field where the cars are parked going across?" I said, "You sure you didn't see a deer?" And they're like, "No,
Yeah,
I did
no.
not see no deer."
Yeah, Angel just sat down and because Angel was still pretty new at this time. I don't know, maybe like third, fourth investigation tops.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "I don't want to see anything," and I'm like, "I don't care. Like, let me see it all." And she sits down in her car and getting ready to leave, and then whoop, she sees a shadow, and I'm like, "Damn." She calls me. She's like, "I just saw something." So, yeah, that's the thing with the paranormal, and people don't understand. Like, it doesn't work when you say, "Come out" or "do this." Like, it doesn't work that way. Honestly, like you said, Dave, you went to go lay down, and there you saw it. Like, you weren't ready for it. It just happened.
Yeah, here's another one for Ramblewood. A group came in to do it overnight. They stopped around a little after 2 a.m, and they said they were gonna, be pulling out. They weren't gonna stay all the way. They weren't gonna sleep over the rest of the night. I said, okay, be careful on the road, and then they were on their way. Well, one of my team members from MPRT, he says, "I'm tired. I don't feel like driving." He said, "You mind if I stay here the rest of the night?" I said, "Sure." I said, "I'm going in here and lay down on the couch." He said, "Well, I'll sleep on the other one across from that." And as soon as we went to break, like walk away from each other, boom! I'm like, I turned around, I looked at him, and I'm like, "What the hell was that?" He said, "That sounded like a door slamming." And I said, "Well, I tell all the groups, I said, when you go to leave, don't leave any doors shut. Leave them open, because I'm going to come up. I'm going to check the room and make sure nothing was left behind and whatever." And he goes, "You want to go up with me?" I said, "What's the matter? You scared?" He goes, "Come on, man, stop." I said, all right. So we go up there. All the doors are open but one. And we tried to get this door open for like, I don't know, close to 10 minutes. Finally, we got it to, to open. The door was slammed so hard that it was stuck. And we almost had to.
What room?
Okay, when you go up the steps, you turn, and then you turn again.
Right, and then you
ahead.
can go. Oh, literally, that's the one where they have like twin beds now, like side by side, or three beds, I think, for there.
Just
That's
go
funny.
up the staircase, go to the very top, that first door straight ahead.
That's funny. That was a room we spent some time in, and we were in there. Well, I want to say me, 'cause I don't remember who was with me. You got to remember this was a year and a half ago. I'm sitting in there, and we keep hearing footsteps, like in the hallway, and like I would go out and be like, nothing. So that's funny. Were there painted footprints when you were there?
Yes.
I think I asked him that before. Yeah, it was just
that was part of the owner allowed a haunted house one time that didn't pan out, didn't work out.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand now, when you go up the steps, there was a door to the left, which was the attic.
When you go,
that was always open. Now they say they have it boarded up. A couple people used to just
at
go
the top of the
inside.
attic. Yeah. When you go up the attic steps to the left. That one. Yeah, that one we couldn't get open.
Right. Yeah, I've been told that they have that boarded now. I didn't go in there too much because I didn't think it was safe. Because you're walking on old wood. So, but there were people that would just go inside on the other side of the door and just sit down right there on a chair and do EVP work. But
yeah, where we were this past last weekend or 2 weekends ago, the floor in the attic was I probably shouldn't have walked across it, honestly, but I did anyway.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've been some crazy places, man, where I was like, oh my God, man, we got to walk on that floor. So you got to be careful, definitely, when you go in some of them places like that. Yeah. Let's see, what can I? All right, I got too quiet now. So you say for Ramblewood you don't have a date yet, but you said it's gonna be something like October or November.
Yeah, I think the one for my team, just my team, is gonna be October, and then I gotta try to figure out with John when he wants to go. So
John told me to kick you out of the room tonight.
I know. What a dick. I thought we were friends, but clearly not.
John, we ain't taking no pictures of you no more, man.
Yeah, you and your big ass forehead.
No photos. No photo opportunities, man. Yeah.
John likes them. John wants them participation trophies. He's mad because he didn't get in the picture. Wants to be included in everything.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a sack of marbles. We'll let him hold a sack of marbles and we'll take his picture. How's that?
Angel, where's the thing of marbles? We have a whole jar from Penhurst.
You got a whole jar?
Yeah, literally.
I was cussing you out cleaning up the equipment in that attic. Okay.
Angel, where's the marbles? She's upstairs. I hope she can hear me. Well, she can hear me through this. I mean, so I got one here.
There you go.
That's the marble. The marble from the video. Let's see what else.
Did you save the Elmer Fudd?
Yep, it's in my phone. I got the little ghost duck. It's hard to see, but let's see. I got my piece of cheese.
Piece of cheese. Awesome.
And I even have my sticker, which, by the way, I'm still working on for you.
Thank you. Yeah. That is so cool.
Oh, dude,
that is better. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And then let's see what else. We have our little team mascot here. This is our little mascot, Ghosty.
The Ghosty.
Cool.
Yeah, this is our little mascot. And then when we were at Penhurst, little fun moment here. Doug and Angel thought it'd be cool to buy a whole little ghost family, so the wife and the kids.
Oh, I can't reach my
So,
toys right now, but I got a flying saucer and
they're all sitting up
Bigfoot and
there.
a Yeti and
And then Angel's favorite rubber ducks, rubber duckies. Come
I got a couple of them over there.
on. He's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had literally a whole bag. I went to Walmart and bought them.
Here's a question for you: when you went to Ramblewood in the kids, they call it the kids' room up in the attic. Did you interact with toys and stuff like that? Did you get any results?
Not really, believe it or not. That's where we were at, and Angel heard a female voice, and I heard a male voice in that area. And I
Okay.
was like, "No, Angel, like you didn't hear a female. We heard a male." And like she knew exactly what it said, and then I heard the male, and we played it back, and we actually caught both voices. So it was actually man and woman, not a child. I don't think I ran into any kids that night.
I know I played some of the EVPs on the podcast. What
Yeah.
I'll do is I'll send you some, and you'll be able to hear them a lot better. That way, you can put your headphones on and
Yeah, yeah, I
Let
love
me
that.
pull up. I got a couple pictures here that I loaded up here. Let's see. Well, that one's
I love,
Ramblewood.
yeah, I love that one. That's my car. I just like the way it looks.
Yeah. Okay. What about this place? It says Rainworth.
Yeah, that's the Rainworth Lodge in Gettysburg.
Okay. Interesting. I've been all over Gettysburg. Never heard of that.
Yeah, the owner just recently bought it not too long ago. I want to say it was like 3 years ago. Don't
Mhm.
quote me on it. I think it was like 3 years ago, and it's a pretty cool location. It's still in Gettysburg, but a little more on the outskirts. And yeah, I mean, we had some cool stuff go on there. Definitely some cool EVPs. Caught a lot of EVPs.
Okay. Going to take a quick break in a few seconds here, but I wanted to ask you a question about now. I lived in Baltimore for 55 years.
Okay.
And that particular place right there, the Heritage, what is it? Heritage Society. Yeah.
Yep.
I've gone past that place so many times, and I've had people tell me that they did investigations in there and got fantastic results.
Yes and no.
Yes, and
I felt like the first time was a little more active than the second time, and the analysis supports that claim. But still, together, it's still a fun place. It's not that expensive. I mean, the lady that
Right.
runs it's super nice. So
Mhm.
and it's local.
Yeah, it's just like Ramblewood. The many, like I said, from 2007 to 2016.
Where is it?
I'll tell you when I get done. Ramblewood. I mean, there were many nights where I'm like, oh my God, it's dead. Nothing's happening.
Yep.
No EVPs, no shadows. It's like that everywhere. It don't matter where you go.
Yep.
When they're ready to communicate with you, they will.
And I think it depends on the people there too. I think if you have a good positive energy, and I think it comes out. I think if you come in like a dick and like John, just kidding. I think if you do though, you come in with a piss poor attitude. I think you're gonna get nothing, or you'll get more kind of like get outs and shit like that. So, my opinion.
Right. Hey, when does John have a podcast? He don't have one tomorrow, does he?
No, John has shut down the podcast for a little while.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll get him to come on my show tomorrow. I had a guest scheduled for tomorrow, but they had an family emergency. So
yeah, I mean, you can message him. I don't know what he's doing, but he's taking a little break from the podcast for a while. We'll be back. The podcast ain't fully going anywhere. It'll be back when we're ready. We're just taking some time.
Well, like I said, I'm going to get with Rock and Randy, and I was hoping that he would have came on tonight and been my co-host. But I'm going to get with him, and we're going to rock some shit, man. Because there's a couple things, not only what you and John and your friends are experiencing and going through and putting up with. It's just bullshit. It's getting to the point now where it's got to be addressed and it's got to be taken care of. And if that bastard is out there and he sees this podcast, I don't give a shit. I really don't.
Well, eventually somebody's got to make a stand, and if it's you, it's cool. If it's us, it's cool. I mean, again, I'm not in it to be a millionaire. It never
Right.
started as that. So
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens. I mean, again, you can't treat people like dicks and then expect not to have your shit talked back to. So,
Right. And then
I
I
mean,
can't. Oh my god, I can't believe. Well, yeah, I can in today's world, as the world turns.
yeah,
Freaking
no
pedophile
shit.
driving around in a hearse and was arrested for molesting a girl underage, and is in the paranormal.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Honestly, nothing surprises me anymore with these clowns.
it's freaking terrible, man. So, all right, let me. I'm gonna go to. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk some more, but I want to get this. Mm, man, it's really running like crap tonight. I don't know if it's. I probably got to do a clean up or it's StreamYard, one or the other. But I'm gonna get this commercial. The Bigfoot Camping Adventure is coming up September 6th and 7th, and that's being put on by my friend Eric Altman. Just gonna step out of the room because if I stay in the room, it's not gonna play. So I'm gonna.
Well,
All right, and I'm back. Brandon, you did a disappearing act now.
no. I found the bag of marbles,
Oh, there you go. Bag of
and I
marbles.
mean bag of marbles. There we go. Ah,
Oh wow.
so I meant it when I
He,
said we had a whole box of marbles. They're just in a bag now. But yeah, that was good times. All right.
why is this not working right? Okay, here we go. Okay, what I want to do, if I can get this to, here we go. Yeah, I want to, let's see, I want to put up, I wanted to put this up in case, the Brad is watching. Don't judge me by my past. I don't live there anymore. So I'm going to put this up. This is where you can be contacted. Is that correct?
Uh, sure, I believe so. Angel, is that correct? Because we have so many website. We have the website and everything else. It's hard to keep track of everything.
And then let
I
me see.
believe so, but let me confirm.
Throw this one up.
That is correct. That I do
Okay.
know. And the email was correct according to Angel,
Okay. Good.
which I never look at. So
Right.
Facebook, message me through Facebook.
All right. Yeah. There we go. All right. Let me open this back up, and yep. There we go. Okay. So let's see where we're at. 121. We got about 9 minutes
Take your time. I got no
left.
plans.
You got no plans. Okay. Um, huh.
I got another cool place for you that I went, Dave.
Where's that?
Elk Landing in Elkton.
Elk Landing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you saw the boy with the ball?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Talk about
Oh
that.
yeah,
That place.
the park.
Where exactly is that?
I've only been like 4 times, maybe less.
Elk.
Let me see.
Sounds so familiar.
I know it's in Elkton, but there it
It's
is.
in Elkton, sure. That's
Where
where we
were you
lived there
still
for about a
in?
year.
Yeah, it's off of Landing Lane in Elkton, right off of
Landing
40,
Lane.
and
Okay.
it's a good bit back. It's not far from the Cecil County Sheriff's Department and Detention Center, but
Mhm.
there's also an Indian burial ground, like right, maybe shoot 5 minute walk off the property, and it's
Okay.
literally labeled as an Indian burial ground. So that was cool. It backs up to the Big Elk Creek, and that's where I saw the
Okay.
kid run. And yeah.
So tell me, what did you see?
So again, I knew nothing about the house
Told you.
the first time I went, and
Mhm.
I was investigating over in the barn, which apparently used to be like a kind of like a bar back in the day.
Right.
Eh, Doug wants to go Bigfoot investigating. But anyway, we came out the bar and we were walking back towards the house, and I just saw this little kid just light up and kind of was like skipping along more than like walking or anything, and just had the ball, had like a hat, just overalls, and just as soon as he was there, he was gone, and he just looked happy as can be. I mean, maybe there 2, 3 seconds tops, and I said, "Did you see that?" And somebody said, "What?" I said, "There was a little kid," and they're like, "Come here." So go into the house, and they opened the book, and they had the documented death of the kid. He was bit by a poisonous snake and died back, I don't know, like late 1700s, early 1800s. I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, it was.
Right.
I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I saw this kid, and this was like one of the first things I saw actually investigating. I was 18. I was like, "No freaking way." That one's cool. I want to go back, but I've tried to reach out. I've tried to contact them. I've tried everything, and I don't know what else to do. But I want to truly go back there like that. I have like Dave. I'm sure you have places you've been to. You're like, I want to go back. I want to check things out. I still have questions. That's my
Uh-huh.
place that I want to go back. I still have questions.
There you go.
Go
Uh,
for it.
In May of 2025, I'm going to be doing a paranormal Bigfoot UFO event. It's going to be a charity event. It's going to be for the Children's Burn Unit
Okay.
and the volunteer fire department. So I'm going to have, paranormal stuff, UFO guest speakers,
Yeah. Let me know. I'm
vendors.
glad to come up.
Maybe we can get John in the ring. I'm going to have a few former pro wrestlers there and midget wrestling, micro.
I'm in. I'm
You're
in. Oh yeah, I wrestled all through high school and got a scholarship to wrestle in college. So I actually you wrestle.
Maybe we can get Doug. Maybe we can get Doug to do a battle royal with 15 midget wrestlers.
Doug, you
See
in?
if they can take him down.
Doug's in Ohio, so I mean, depends. Depends how far away it is. But I mean, if you tell us the date, as long as it's not the same weekend as Penhurst, we're in.
Okay.
Because Penhurst is
Yeah.
the only weekend that I know we're already in for. Other than that, I
Okay.
got no plans in May. Let me see. Penhurst is May 16th, 17th, 18th, that weekend.
Where you at, Penn? May. Oops. Let's see. May 16, 17, 18.
Yep.
No.
So that'll be that.
Next to it.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday is Penhurst. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this.
Friday's not the Paracon, but they do like investigation that night, and they do like a celebrity like bartending thing and stuff like that. So
Right. So this is gonna be a 2-day event. We're gonna have a marble tournament, and
we're gonna have a marble roll.
yeah, we're gonna have a grilled cheese eating contest. See who can eat the most grilled cheese.
I'm in. I'll start training now. And we got to do the marble roll. Who can roll it the farthest while blindfolded?
There you go. I gotta stop being bad.
I know you're a bad influence.
That's Elmer Fudd's job.
That shit is funny. I absolutely love
my God.
it. Doug said.
Yeah,
Doug said he'll do it. The battle royale.
the battle royale.
He said I'll do it, and then said fuck yes, let's do this. So
well,
he definitely got our support.
There's going to be midgets. One of the former pro wrestlers is King Kong Bundy.
That's cool.
So
Doug will like that.
Can you handle him, Doug?
You know, on a side note, you should really get Doug on the podcast one time. Doug is funny,
Yeah.
man. He'll have you laughing your ass off, I swear.
He has me laughing now, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In over like person, it's even funnier.
all right, what's going on here? Is there a ghost in here?
Yeah, it's John. Remember?
Oh, there it is.
It's
No,
it's the
all
ghost
of a
of John.
all of a sudden the floor got cold, right?
Yeah.
And my house slipper is not on. So it fell off. Okay. So
Yeah, that ghost there was the ghost of John in all the pictures that he never took.
oh my goodness.
He's gonna watch this back and be like, "You asshole."
I might have to get Doug to hey, when I film my Bigfoot movie in 2025, I might have to talk to Doug.
Dude, let him know. Doug will help. Like I said, anytime you need help, we're in. Just let us know what you need
Because
from us.
John Bowman was going to do it. He was 6'3" or 4", and he was close to 400 pounds.
I don't
he was
think
gonna
Doug's
be
close
Bigfoot,
to 400
but-
pounds.
But of course, we we lost our dear friend back in March of this year. So
Yeah.
it's a
So
shame.
sad, man. It was, I gotta say, as someone who didn't know him, hearing you guys, like you and John, talk about him in that podcast was like really cool.
Yeah, he was awesome. He would he didn't have to know you to give you the shirt off his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you guys painted a really good picture of him, and seeing like pictures and stuff, you guys did a good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to compliment that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Doug will have fun just stomping around in mud and making noises. I'm his son. he's King Kong Bundy's son, or he's
Yeah. I think he's saying he's King Kong Bundy's, and then he said, "I'll do it. I'm great at calls," which is actually true. Doug will just do it just for fun. So.
Oh my God.
And I think he watches too many shows about Bigfoot. So that's because it's his long lost brother.
There you go. So, all right. Well, we're coming up on the 8:30 hour. That's where I try to keep my podcast now at an hour and a half. But let's go ahead and let me see. Let me get back to. I'm going to put that up there again. What did I do with it? Here we go. Come on. All right, so contact us at abovebelowparanormal@gmail.com. Not that one. No, that one, but I almost hit something I didn't want to. Okay, and this one, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. So if you
Okay.
go fill out a form or email us, you don't hear back, please send another form or email. We may have just missed it in the confusion. And then Facebook Messenger is always a good way.
So, Doug, I'm going to be in. Well, I have to get in touch with Doug and have him on here one night. And, have the
Yeah,
both of you on here. Both of you on here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
That would be
Doug's great to talk. He'll keep you
hilarious.
entertained. Fuck you, Munchkin Land. Hey! Don't you support John? Don't pick on my lollipop guild, all right, asshole. Hey, you know what, Doug? I will eat a fucking mushroom. Ready? Look at this right here, fucker. I got it prepared. Kiss my ass.
So he's 6'4".
Something like that. Yeah, Doug.
Wow.
What are you officially like? 6'3", 6'4"? What are you? You gotta remember, I'm 5'5", so anybody that's
He's
6
a
foot,
six.
still, he's a 6 foot.
He's a 6'4" munchkin. That's what he is. Eat a mushroom and grow.
Had the mushroom ready.
Yeah. I think that's what some of these buttheads out here are. I think they're eating some bad mushrooms.
Be nice, Doug.
Oh, I said, be nice, Doug. She's watching the show on a 65-inch screen, so and she's got her headphones on.
She's on my side. Thank you.
Be good
Thank
to
you.
short people.
There you go. You get one of these. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy that on the 65-inch TV.
Wave, say hi, Shar.
I'm only 5'4", so
Yay! We can high five and it'll be at the same level. Oh, he's 6'3". There you go, 6'3", Dave.
6'3". Okay.
Yep. So he's at the height.
Well,
he's still too tall.
when I looked at that photo right earlier today, I was like, "Whoa!" It's like the rest of you guys were like way down low, and he's like way up there. Like.
Well, yeah. Whenever we need like any type of signal, I just hand Doug the antenna for him to pick up, and it works well every time.
There you go. Yeah.
Or when I say Doug, pick that up off the top shelf. I can't reach it.
All right, let me get back here and make sure I didn't. I want to get back to the. Here, I got one for Doug. Doug, this one's for you.
What you talking about, Willis?
That's good.
What you talking about, Willis?
There you go. That one's for you, Doug.
He'll appreciate that.
Yeah. He's screwed. I am.
He
What?
screwed
He
in many light bulbs.
Many light bulbs. I bet.
It's always good to have a tall friend.
Okay. Let me put something up there for. Well, let me see here. Douglas Webb. I can just get. He's on Facebook. I can just go ahead and.
Yeah, shoot him a message. I'm sure he won't care.
Yeah, I will. And like I said, I'll have the two of you on one night, and I got to get John back on here though. I got to pick on him some more. So.
Well, I think we did that enough tonight. We'll just have to come back and do it again.
Yeah, really. All right. Well, look, Brandon. I want to thank you for being my guest tonight, and
always, man.
as always, you're great.
Oh yeah, man.
And
love being on.
Great. If you have any ideas, just let me know. If you need something, let me know. Be more than happy to help. Don't worry about Ramblewood. I got that covered, man. If they decide to make a phone call or shoot an email.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll figure it out date wise. We'll make it work.
Right. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know about that date so I so I can pencil that in and let me see. Tracy Jones, thank you. Great show. Tracy, you're great as always. Uh, let's see. Hey, Doug, can you screw in some light bulbs for me? If I got to get some new light bulbs.
Your room was looking a little dark.
Yeah, really. So let me
Doug,
click on this.
are you talking about John, me, you, and Dave? Or just me, you, and Dave for the three of us?
All four of us.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what he means.
Okay. All right. So let me line this up and let's see where we at here. Come on. There we go. All right, Brandon. Again, thank you for being my guest and being my guest tonight. Stay in touch. Like I said, if you need
Oh, yeah,
anything,
man.
let me know. And get my cheese stickers, man.
I'm working on it, man. I've been working on it. Trust me. It's just
They are hilarious, man. They're funny.
he lives a little far away, so trying to get it working. But
Okay.
I'll shoot him a message here. He's also 3 hours behind us, the guy that makes them. So it's a little bit of a time difference here.
All right, Brandon. Again, let me see if there's any last.
I think Doug said yup to all of us, like me, John, you, and him.
That's cool. I'll plan it. I'll shoot some dates to you, and you can shoot the date and see if it's good for them. So
Yeah, man.
let me go back to here. All right, Brandon, take it easy. And I was just looking down to see what the Orioles score was. I hate missing my games, man.
When we get off the live, put us back in the back screen. I got to tell you something funny afterwards.
Okay, I will. All right. To the listeners, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Good night, everyone.
See you guys.